Hey guys, we are back with Craftsmas Day 5 tutorial, which is this kitchen set monogram as well as this envelope. So if you want to see how I did this, come on, let's go. I started off in Canva where I created this monogram design using Canva font as well as a little Canva element. This season, my kitchen is all about red and white peppermint, and so I'm trying to create something that is going to represent that. Now I am saving this image with the background because after I'm done, I'm going to take it through and remove the background from the image. Now I'm doing that because in the monogram I have a red rectangle in the middle of the W where I put the Wallace, so I need that to be gone like that. So I had to save it with the background in order to remove the background and for it to have that. Had I saved it with that, had I just saved it transparent, that red would have shown. It would have been like a little red streak in between, and I did not want that at all. Yeah. So now that that's done, I'm going to save it transparent. That way I can take it into Cricut. So I'm going to click on my Cricut app, and when this is loaded, I am going to go to New Design. I'm going to come down to Blank Canvas, or New Project, sorry. I'm going to come down to Blank Canvas, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to upload. And I'm going to upload that image that I just saved from Canva. Now, it's already transparent, so we don't have to worry about removing any kind of background or anything because it's already done. So from there, I'm just going to save it. I'm going to click single layer because it is a single layer. And child, I do not have Cricut. I do not have Design Space. I'm not paying for that anymore. I don't really use it. So I'm using the free, and that's why I created this in Canva versus creating it in Cricut. Because had I did it in Cricut, it definitely would have been a lot easier. The one that if you see any of them that I'm going to show after, I've created in Cricut. That's when I was like a little Cricketer. I'm not really that much of a cricketer anymore. I just use it every now and then. So now I have that done, and it's time to measure. So I'm going to move this back, and I'm going to get all of the supplies I'm going to use so that I can measure the size that I need the image to be on each item. Now I got these items from the Dollar Tree, of course, and so each one, they're going to be pretty much the same. So this one I'm going to put at a 5. So the width is within. That's what's biggest on here. And because we're limited in width, I'm going to go with the width, and the width is still a 5. This is a square. So I'm just changing it in Cricut, in Design Space. And then I'm going to duplicate it because I have 2. And then I'm going to duplicate it again because now I need one for the other item. So now I'm going to do it like this because when we hang it, I want it to be seen. I don't want it to be upside down when it's hung. So I'm going to do it like this. And we're going to go on width. And for this one, I'm thinking maybe like a 3.5. I don't want to do it too big on these because they have that inseam on the inside that might be in the way. So I'm just going to go with a 3.5. But you can definitely do a 4 if you choose. Because I think a 3.5, 3.75, that might be good. But I went with a 3.5. Now I can tell you that after I did wish that I went a little bigger because you can always stuff something in between. That way it has that elevation, that evenness when you're pressing. But it's still cute. Either way. So now that that's done, we have this, and for the monogram, I put it on the bottom. So again, I am going to do the width because our image is wide. If our image was long, we can go with length, but because our image is wide, we're going to go with width because we only have limited space with the width. So for this one, I'm going to go with 3.5 as well. Now the idea of this is to keep it folded like this because it is for looks only. So that's why I'm only doing that part. And I have some glitter vinyl HTV that I'm going to use. And so I'm just preparing my everything for Cricut to go along with what needs to be done. So now measurement is done. I'm going to highlight all of them and I'm going to flip it, because when working with HTV, your image needs to be mirrored. And sometimes when I have it on getting ready to create, I forget. So I just automatically try to get in the habit of mirroring it inside the actual design area versus mirroring it when I'm getting ready to cut. So everything is pretty much how it needs to be. I don't need to move anything, of course, because Cricut is going to adjust it to how they want it to be. I don't need to mirror the design because it's already mirrored and it's ready to cut. So I got my mat and I'm getting ready to put my HTV on the mat. Now y'all, do not judge me on this mat, I promise you. Like the sticky is lost and it's then got jacked up at the bottom. Listen, this mat done been through a whole lot. And I probably need another one, but that is not on the priority list. Let me tell you what's on the priority list. That Epson ET8550, that is a priority. This Cricut mat is not. Hell, I need a new Cricut, but it still works. So right now with my mat, what I have to do is I have to tape it. So I'm going to go get some packing tape and I'm going to tape the edges down. So remember, when working with HTV, this is heat transfer vinyl and it needs to be on the matte side, up, glossy side down, because that area that you see that's up, that looks a little bit matte, that's the part that you're going to flip over to press. The glossy side is pretty much just the transfer tape. So the glitter is sticking to the transfer tape. And listen, when I first started, it was just a hot mess, child. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm self-taught along with the help of YouTube and TikTok and Cricut, groups. But it's pretty much self-taught right here. So I'm not even going to act like I know it all, because child, I do not. I had a love-hate relationship with Cricut because my print and cut just wasn't print and cutting. And oh my gosh, plenty of sleepless nights until I'm just like, F it. You know what? Let me just go sleep. Try this again in the morning. So now everything is all taped down and it's time to put it in the machine. And I'm going to stop blabbering and let Cricut do its thing. And I'll be back when it's time to weed. So now that everything is cut, I'm going to cut and I'm going to separate each image, because that's going to give me a little bit of control when it's time to weed, because it's a lot of little pieces in there, like the little piece from the A and the L and all of that. So I'm definitely going to speed this part up, because who has time for that? Listen, that was the fastest I done weeded anything, okay? So now it's time for the fun part, which is applying the images on the actual product. So I'm going to get this, and I forgot this one doesn't go on here. That's for that is for the towels. So this is the image and we're going to place it like right there. Make sure it's like a little centered or whatever. And then we're going to get our little I have a mini heat press, and that's what I'm going to use, because you don't need any kind of like big anything. You just need this little handheld and you are good to go. And you're just going to go over it a little bit. I mean, not a little bit, but you're going to go over it with a lot of pressure. And you have to be careful when peeling off, because some of these HTVs are cool peel and some of them are like hot warm peel, because you want to make sure that the glue is going to stick before you peel. So I always do a little tester, and if it doesn't lift up, then I'll go over it again with the heat press, and then I'll wait a little bit and then slowly peel it off. And boom. Then after that, I'm going to go take my Teflon sheet and I'm going to place it over the image, and I'm going to press that again with more pressure this time, because you do have those little threads in there from that little diamond pattern, and you want to make sure that it's gonna stick down and not like lift up, because you don't want the shit falling apart after they washed it or whatever. So how cute is that? Super cute. I see, that's why I say I wish it was a little bigger, but it's still cute. So I'm gonna head on and do the rest of these, and then I will be back. And boom, just like that, it is done. And how cute that it turned out. It is so cute. And it's so chic, like it's not too much. I was gonna add a little bit of different little candy cane bulbs all around, but I'm glad I didn't, because this is very chic and cute, and what did my daughter say? Tea. And that is done. Like, and it was super simple. The hardest part was weeding, which got on my nerves, but it's still cute. So now we're going to put this away, and now it's time to make the envelope box, which this will go in. Now, child, do not pay attention to that little chip right there. That's my little baby, like some, what does he call it? Funkins or whatever. So now I'm grabbing my images, and I'm going to separate these and try to cut off the majority of the white and place them on that foam board. Now for this box, you don't need acetate. So this is one of the easiest boxes to make, because you don't need any extra cutting and it goes super fast. You just need your glue gun, your ruler, your, what is that? X-Acto blade. And that is pretty much it for this box. Oh, and your foam board. But let me go ahead and cut all these, and then I'm going to just place them on the foam board, and I'll be back when it's time to cut. So for this box, there is no right or wrong way in how to place the images down, because we're separating all the boxes. And that other image that's the shape of this one, like the little house or whatever, that is going to go on the inside. So that is going to be put on last. So you don't have to worry about placing that on a foam board at all. So you're just going to do the back, the sides, and the front and the bottom. Now it's time to cut. I am missing the bottom because I did adjust the size. The size of the box was 4 inches, and I felt like that was a little bit too skinny. As you can see, I have the box right there that I made previously, and it was just too skinny And I'm like, this needs to be a 5. It's 8.5 by 11. This box needs to be a 5. So I did end up making the sides of it bigger, and so I forgot to adjust the bottom, and that's why my baby came and gave me that printout. But it is adjusted not only on here, it's adjusted in the actual envelope file. So no need to fret. Yours is going to be the exact same as mine. But yeah, let me go on through and cut these. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way in doing this. We're just, because all the pieces are going to be cut off. So I will see you guys when it's time to glue. Now that everything is cut, it's time to assemble. And before I assemble, I always measure. I measure just to make sure that everything is good. And even though I'm a perfectionist, like, I'm human, and sometimes, like, things might not be, as good as it seems. So I always try to measure to make sure that it is copacetic. And even though I've done this for Christmas, and this is the same template from Christmas, I need to make sure. And before I even get to gluing, I am going to add that image on the back. That inside image. Now, whenever you're adding an image on the back of an image that's already cut out, it's a little difficult. So just take your time and do the best you can. Like, that is all I can say about this, because this one it wasn't super hard, but I didn't get it super perfect either. Like, I could have made it go a little bit to the left or the right a little bit, but it still came out cute. Okay, that is done. And I don't know if you can see that little slither of a piece right there. That's a little bugging me because, like I said, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. And so, but now it's time to glue. So the way this box works is that you have the bottom and then you glue the sides on the bottom first. So that's what I'm going to do. And I love for the inside words to face me. So for example, if I'm putting something in the box and somebody goes to take the items out of the box, the words on the bottom of the box is going to face them, not the opposite way. And then just going to hold a little bit of pressure, for a tiny bit, till a couple seconds until it dries. And then I'm going to do the other side, making sure that my template is going the right way. Because, child, I'm so sick of gluing things upside down. It's just ridiculous. And then we're just going to hold on to that for a little bit. I don't even want to hear it. I do not even want to hear it. So now that's good. I'm going to lean it on its side so that I can do the front. After, of course, measuring. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to flip it over once the front is done and do the same thing to the back. As always with hot glue, whenever you are using hot glue, you definitely want to take a scrap piece of foam board and just like smooth, get off that excess glue that kind of oozes out, because it's kind of like caulking. You know, you don't want your work to look sloppy. And this is why I'm taking my glue gun and I'm going inside, because I don't want anything to come apart or anything like that. So I'm just going to take my scrap. I added glue along the seams. Is it seams? I don't know what it is, but I just added some glue there, and now I'm going to smooth that out. Kind of like I said, kind of like caulking. And I'm going to do that to all 4 corners. And boom, that is done. And how cute is this box? It is so pretty. And now it's time to put our little creations in the box. So now it's time to put our creations in the box, and I'm not necessarily going to start off with this one. I'm just trying to get a feel of how I'm wanting to fold it, because I do want that W to show. Now you can also take off those little tag things, because child, I hope they would know that it's new. Like, nobody has time for that, but I don't know why I didn't take it off. But you can take it off. And I'm just gonna fold it like this, because I want to display that monogram that's on the bottom. So I'm just folding it in a little piece, and I'm folding it over, and then I'm folding that bottom part over that part. And now I'm going to grab my oven mitts, and I'm going to just place it in there. Like, there's really no right or wrong way. You just got to do what's going to work and what's going to display your work really good. And allow everything to fit. So instead of putting the pot holders in right away, I'm just going to stuff this in. And that's a little too wide for this box, so I have to stuff it to the side. And let me grab the other one and place that one in there as well. And now I'm going to grab the pot holders, and then I'm going to feather that a little bit. Like I said, we want it to be cute and display our creation, you know. And now I'm popping that tag off. I should have been popped the tag off. Ask me why I didn't pop the tag off. I don't know. Like, sometimes people are a little funny acting like, but I've enslaved over this gift for you. You better like it. And I think that it's used well, because why would I go through all that to give you some used stuff? But now I'm going to try to switch it up, because like I said, I want it to be displayed. I want it to be seen that, like, you know, this gift, I had thought. A lot of thought went into this gift. So you need to see it. And boom, just like that. And it just came out super cute. I made this for a couple of friends a couple of years back, and they use it for display all the time. So you know they like it. And then you have a little bit of space on the sides to put whatever it is you want to put in there. But how cute is this? And this box is just a perfect size for this little gift. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until tomorrow, happy crafting.